We're undercover here, literally, at Bilbo's, one of the UK's home of VW campervans, because we're looking at their latest model. It's the Nexa Plus. It's got an elevating roof like any typical campervan, but it's got a fully plumbed-in toilet at the back. This is the T6.1 base vehicle, so it's got a number of new additions, sharper styling certainly. But I do notice something, that sliding door and the other doors seem to be a little bit lighter than before. Bilbo's meanwhile adds its own elevating roof. It's a design that's gone back over the decades, as I say. Very simple to use, very effective. But it also adds things like this, these protective strips along the side. Very handy because of the inevitable knocks you're going to get in a supermarket car park. Plus, Bilbo is one of the few manufacturers that makes its campervans to NCC approval. That's the National Caravan Council, the UK trade body. So what's the new T6.1 like to drive? Well, it's not far short of brilliant. It's the 150 PS engine here with double clutch DSG gearbox, automatic transmission, and new power steering as well, which really feels different. New steering wheel, to be honest, with lots of controls, a little bit like Ford's Transit. There's lots of upgrades in the cab. It all looks different, although it still feels like a VW. Bilbo's offers its Nexa Plus with the Highline version of Volkswagen's Transporter, which is what we have here. You could also have the Start line if you wanted to save a few pounds, but I think most people will want to go for this version because of its front and rear parking sensors, cab air conditioning as standard, lots of other goodies, and in case you haven't noticed, so much quieter. It's a really quiet vehicle to drive. So here we are in daytime mode, and as you can see, this is different to a typical VW camper because it doesn't have the furniture along one side. Instead, two individual travel seats at the back, and then you swivel both cab seats to make up quite a decent sized lounge, it has to be said. Although it's four-seater, the table is more suited for two people, but put up the elevating roof and there you go, you're ready to go on site. Now the Nexa Plus differs from other typical VW campers again with its sleeping arrangements. Two single beds, although you could have a double as standard, but I think two singles works best in this arrangement. The cab seat swivels and the rear seat folds into place, so you've got a reasonably flat, not particularly wide single bed. Same on this side. You've got then this area you can walk through to the all-important toilet at the back. So the walk-through nature of the layout of the Nexa Plus means you've got most of the kitchen on this side. As part of that, you've got 3 rings and a sink, plus a grill and some good storage as well. And then across the galley, more storage and a 50-litre compressor fridge. It's not the widest, it's not the roomiest of course, but you do get quite a lot of facilities. So it's at the back here where we have one of the key selling points for the Nexa Plus. It's the plumbed-in toilet here. It's a Thetford swivel bowl model with a filler tank here and the holding tank easily accessible with the tailgate open from here. That's what makes a big difference to this particular vehicle. For privacy, you can hang a curtain on 3 sides and pull this curtain across the back. It's convenient. It's a little bit compact for when you sort of want to sit on the toilet, but it works. There are plenty of details to talk about in any Bilbo's camper, but above everything else is the practicality of such items. That's why Bilbo's tends to go for lined curtains for a full blackout and that bit of extra insulation. LED lights are a fairly recent innovation as far as Bilbo's are concerned. There's plenty of them dotted around. There's good quality flooring underneath, and the roof itself, well, I reckon that's a design that goes back to almost the early days of Bilbo's themselves. But again, it's easy to use. So that's the Bilbo's Nexa Plus. It's on Volkswagen's T6.1 base vehicle. It's got 4 seats and it's got that all-important toilet at the back.